He's the tutorial prosecutor in every game.
Literally every game, including the
Good.
games that are back in time.
Good.
Lying.
The prosecution would like to call a witness who can prove Mr. Butts is lying.
Well, that simplifies matters. Who is your witness?
The man who found the victim's body. Just before making the gruesome discovery, he saw the defendant fleeing the scene of the crime.
Order. Order in the court. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its witness.
Yes, Your Honor.
This is bad.
On the day of the murder, my witness was selling newspapers at the victim's building. Oh, it's dying. Oh no. Please bring Mr. Frank Sahwit to the stand.
Oh
Water,
my god,
water.
the happy mask salesman.
Mr. Sahwit, you sell newspaper subscriptions, is this correct?
Oh, yes. Newspapers, yes.
Mr. Sahwit, you may proceed with your testimony. Please tell the court what you saw on the day of the murder.
Oh, thank goodness. I think I'm through the worst of the
Witness testimony! Witness account.
I was going door to door selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing the apartment. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment. Then, I saw her lying there, a woman not moving, dead. I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. The man who ran was, without a doubt, the defendant sitting right over there.
I'm sorry. Larry, why didn't you tell the truth? I can't defend you against the testimony like that.
Incidentally, why wasn't the phone in the victim's apartment working?
Your Honor, at the time of the murder, there was a blackout in the building.
Aren't phones supposed to work during a blackout?
Yes, Your Honor. However, some cordless phones do not function normally. The phone that Mr. Sahwit used was one of those. Your Honor, I have a record of the blackout for your perusal.
Why, thank you. I'll take this into the court record.
Electricity to Miss Stone's building was out from noon to 6 p.m. on the day of the crime.
I don't think we have to read every individual.
I think you're right. Let's not.
Now, Mr. Wright.
Yes, yes, Your Honor.
You may begin your cross-examination.
Cross-examination, Your Honor?
All right. This is it. The real deal.
What exactly am I supposed to do?
Why, you expose the lies in the testimony the witness just gave.
Lies? What? He was lying?
Your client is innocent, right? The witness must have lied in his testimony, honey. Or is your client really guilty?
How do I prove he's not?
You hold the key. It's the evidence. Compare the witness testimony to the evidence at hand. There's bound to be a contradiction in there. First, find the contradiction between the court record and the witness testimony. Then, once you've found the contradicting evidence, present it and rub it in the witness's face.
Okay.
Open the court record with tab, then point out the contradiction in the testimony.
Cross-examination.
Alright, this is actual gameplay, so...
Yeah, I think I already know one of the things.
I was going door to door selling subscriptions when I saw a man flee.
Yeah,
I
this
thought
is
he
the
must
same
be in a
testimony
hurry.
he gave This is the same testimony he gave earlier.
Yeah, I'm thinking, right? He said he couldn't go in the apartment. He was too scared.
Uh-huh.
Here. Right? So,
So for those who don't know, which is almost everyone, Steve has not played this game before.
So you didn't touch
Right.
anything in the apartment?
Yes, I mean, no, nothing.
Okay, what happened next?
I thought to call the police.
Wait.
It was right there.
Oh,
I have not played this game either, y'all.
I'm actually going to turn up Peanut just a little bit as well.
Oh good, they can hear more of the pain.
Yeah, my voice is
Both
hurting.
mine and the character.
The phone in her
So, my
apartment
voice is
wasn't
hurting.
working?
Something with Mia's voice too. Yes, I mean, no, it wasn't, right?
But you said you didn't go into the apartment, or did you?
Oh, that, I could explain that. There was a cordless phone on a shelf in the entranceway. I reached inside and tried using that to call.
And that phone wasn't working, correct? What happened next?
I don't know why I pressed that now that I think about it, actually. Oops.
You
Why-
don't lose anything for pressing a statement.
Why
so-
use public phone?
Well, you see, I don't have a cell phone. And being in the middle of the afternoon, there was no answer at the nearby apartment.
Right. What time did you call again?
So at this point, Steve, you might want to check your evidence
Yeah.
in your court record. See
Yeah.
what kind of facts you could use to contradict it.
So time of death was from 4 to 5 p.m. So if it
He
was
called
noon,
at 1 p.m.
And
yeah,
he
that
called
would
the
be a
police
bit
at
weird.
exactly 1.
Yeah, that would be early. Yep. Let's see here. You found the body at 1 p.m. You're sure?
Yes, it was 1 p.m. For certain.
Mm.
Lots of
Frankly,
water being contained.
I find that hard to believe. Your state... Oh, wait a minute. Let me get a picture of this. Your statement directly contradicts the autopsy report. The autopsy notes the time of death at sometime after 4 p.m. There was no body to find at 1 p.m.
Solid punch.
How do you explain this 3-hour gap?
That?
This is trivial! The witness merely forgot the time!
After his testimony, I find that hard to believe. Mr. Sahwit, why were you so certain that you found the body at 1 p.m.?
Gee, that's a really good question. Great job, Wright. Way to put him on the spot. That's all you have to do. Point out contradictions. Lies always beget more lies, honey. See through one, and the whole story will crumble down. Wait, I remember now.
Would you care to give that testimony again?
Oh, sorry. Would you care to give your testimony again? I got distracted. for
Witness
half a second.
testimony.
You can't do that, man.
You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time it was probably coming from the television. Oh, but it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? Oh. I guess the victim must have been watching TV of a taped program. That's why I thought it was 1 p.m. Terribly sorry about the misunderstanding.
Alright, Steve, do you know the contradiction here yet?
I
Think he's got it.
You heard of... Mr.
Oh
Wright,
shit,
you may...
sorry. I'm so sorry.
It's fine. Mr. Wright, you may begin the cross-examination.
Hit him with
Oh,
it. Right. You know what to do, honey.
I've got this one. Shit, I don't
Man,
got
being
this
a lawyer must destroy your voice. Phoenix's voice is gonna have to get slowly more and more like Winston Payne as we go along.
one. Oh god.
Alright, so
See,
contradictions
I
here.
heard the time. There's a voice. 3 hours
Coming
off.
from a voice from the television that was 3 hours off.
Must have been a taped program.
So this whole thing is fucked.
It's been out the whole time, so
Yeah.
the fucking yeah.
Mhm.
There was a blackout on the whole block.
So wait, let me just
Yeah.
make sure that because I have to do it at the right line, right? So I'll have to present it here. Yeah. There. E. Objection!
I do have a guide pulled up just in case.
Hold it right there! The prosecution has said there was a blackout at the time of the discovery. And this record proves it. You couldn't have heard a television or a video.
Yeah. Well,
The defense has a point.
has a point.
Do you have an explanation for this, Mr. Sahwit?
No, I find it quite puzzling myself, quite. Wait, I remember now.
Mr. Sahwit, the court would prefer to hear an accurate testimony from the very beginning. These constant corrections are harming your credibility. And you seem rather distraught.
Yeah. My apologies, Your Honor. It must have been the shock of finding the body.
Sorry.
Very well, Mr. Sahwit.
Sorry to read fast.
Every now and then I accidentally push the enter button more than I
You're
need
fine.
to.
Yep.
Let's hear your testimony once more, please.
Thank goodness Payne didn't have anything to say during that.
You
The
need
less he
time.
talks, the better.
Actually, I did hear the time. I saw it. Actually, I didn't hear it. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim.
Jesus Christ, how the fuck would
That
you...
must have been what I saw.
You saw a
Oh,
clock.
you saw a clock.
I guess
I
that
guess
would
that would
explain it.
explain it.
Mm.
The defense
Yes, I saw a
may
clock. I did.
cross-
100%.
I'm talking
Gladly.
now. How dare you?
Cross-examination!
Okay.
I didn't hear the time. I saw it. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? A murder weapon. The
saw
killer
it.
used it. Wait a minute. Table
It's-
clock. This is the murder weapon, though, isn't it? This...
Yes.
Yeah, you got it right.
Alright.
Just
This isn't
make
a
sure you
clock.
don't do
This
it
is a
at the-
statue. Wait just a moment! The murder weapon wasn't a clock. It was this statue. Now how is this supposed to be a clock?
Oh,
What?
the pursuit music. Here we go, boys.
You and your objections and your evidence. Just who do you think you are?
Just answer the question, Mr. Sahwit.
Hey, I saw it there, okay? That's a clock.
Your Honor, if I may.
Yes, Mr. Payne.
Yes,
Sorry.
Mr. Payne.
As the witness stated, this statue is indeed clock. The neck is a switch. You just tilt it, and it says the time out loud. And it doesn't look like a clock. I submitted it as a statue. My apologies.
I see. So, the murder weapon was a table clock after all.
Holy shit, you guys are right. He is fucking incompetent.
Well, Mr. Wright, it appears that the witness's testimony was correct. This is a clock.
I see no other problems with this.
Do you have any problems with his testimony now?
Yes,
Oh,
it's,
check
it's
it
not
out.
a...
My
Your Honor, there's a gaping hole in the witness's testimony. The only way he could have known the weapon was a clock is to hold it in his hand. Yet the witness testified that he never entered the apartment. Clearly a contradiction.
Indeed.
The witness knew it was a clock because he... You're lying! You were inside the apartment on the day of the murder!
Oh yeah, prove it. Prove I went in.
I'll do better than that. I can prove you were the one who killed her! You struck her with the clock, and the shock of the blow triggered the clock's voice. That was the sound you heard!
Order in the court. Intriguing. Please continue, Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Sahwit, the sound must have left quite an impression on you. Understandable, since the murder weapon spoke just as you hit the victim. That voice was burned into your mind. That's why you were so certain about the time!
What's the meaning of this? This is all baseless conjecture.
Baseless? Just look at the witness's face!
Would the witness care to elaborate? Did you strike the victim with the clock?
That day, I never... Look, the clock, I heard no, I saw, Yeet! Shut up, I hate you! It was him, I tell you, I saw him! He killed her, and he should burn, give him death!
Fucking Baldy. I mean, order in the
You were
court.
saying, Your Honor, a moment, please. There isn't a shred of evidence supporting the defense's claims.
Mr. Wright,
Your Honor?
you claim the sound the witness heard came from the clock.
It's actually a fucking clock, apparently.
Do you have any evidence?
The whole case is writing on this. I'd better think through it carefully. Your Honor, the sound Mr. Sahwit heard was definitely this clock. A fact which is clear if you simply... try sounding the clock. Let's sound the clock now, here in this court.
Why
Your
do
Honor.
you have to sound the clock?
May I have the clock?
Why do you gotta sound the clock?
So they can hear the sound.
Okay.
So they can
Fair
hear
enough.
that it speaks the time. And maybe it'll be, I don't know, like a regular clock you'd expect to be broken and stuck on time, but I don't know about a digital one. I ask the court to listen very carefully.
Who wants to be the thinker?
Beep.
I got it. I think it's 8:25.
That certainly is a strange way to announce the time.
Well, he is the thinker after all.
So, we've heard the clock. What are your conclusions, Mr. Wright?
Mr. Payne, can you tell me what time it is now?
It's 11:25.
Oh shit, it's 3 hours off!
Ah!
As you can see, this clock is exactly 3 hours slow. Precisely the discrepancy between what Mr. Sahwit heard and the actual time of death. So, Mr. Sahwit, try to talk your way out of this one.
Yeah. You forget one thing.
Uh-oh, what's he talking about now?
While it may seem like the clock is running 3 hours slow, it proves nothing. How do you know it was running 3 hours slow the day of the murder? If you can't prove that, you don't have a case.
He's right. How am I going to prove that? Damn it, I was so close.
Mr. Wright, it seems you lack the critical evidence to support your claim.
Yes, Your Honor.
This means I cannot let you indict the witness.
Even though he is obviously guilty.
Unfortunately,